Looney Farm Guy here, and this is BGA Construction Set by Kastor D-S-Agrarservice on Farming Simulator 25. It's for all platforms, PC, Mac, and console. I'm on a PS5 Pro here on the Four Fields map, and this is a very interesting BGA mod, aside from, well, constructible, but it's very simple. It's very easy to use, and it's very basic, even though there are several pieces to it. The main pieces are these. The rest of these are just decoration and is not necessary for it to function, but we will talk about that as we go through them. First of all, under factories, we have the main, what do they call them? Bunkers, I think. Buildings with, yes, bunkers. So we start with the smallest one. We do have options to colorize them in various different colors. Let's get up close and see. Green. I believe it's the bunker that changes. Let's make it white. Yes. So it's the input area. All right, so we have the medium, or the small, then we have a medium one, medium large, and then a large one. And I have one of each. Actually, I have two of these because we have an interesting function of this mod as well. All the other stuff are under others or decoration, others. So we have several smaller buildings. This is a decoration only. That's it. You can change the color of it as well to suit your purposes. We have another outbuilding, some more outbuildings, and another outbuilding. These are, of course, only decorative. They do not have any function. And then we have a bunch of tanks that we can also colorize the metal parts. A little couple of little itty bitty baby ones. And then we have a couple of torches, which I have not seen. Actually, I don't think they animate. At least I haven't seen them turn on. So that's that. Inputs. All the inputs go in front. Now there's the icon's up there. You can dump it in if you want, but I'll show you in a minute. Actually, if we come up over here, just in front, anywhere in front of this one, and you notice I have straw in there. That's one of the features of this mod. There's a converter. What's it called? A converter. So again, here's the input area for bulk. There's a liquid also. That one's not showing because I've already filled these up with manure. So, converters. Recipe for converters. Clover, alfalfa grass, clover silage, and alfalfa silage will turn into silage. So it is adjusted for some custom crops on some maps. I don't have that on this map. I do have grass. Manure. Straw will be turned into manure, so you can put manure in or straw. Straw will automatically be converted to manure. Let's do that right now. So, actually, let's do that over here. I have one set up for all these converted things. So there we are. So, let's just go into the... So there we go. Manure. Manure capacity of the largest one, 80,000 liters. So if you add straw, it'll be converted into manure automatically. And there we go. And now if we go and look. Manure, 80,000 liters. Awesome. That's fantastic. So you don't even need animals. You can just throw straw in. So it's a cool way of adding extra products to production without actually adding new products. You just convert those products into the basic products that a BGA will take. So we got manure, silage, slurry, and sugar beet cut. Speaking of sugar beet cut, potatoes will also convert into sugar beet cut. Now, one thing I did not try yet was bales. Whether or not it takes bales. And so we're going to come over here. Yes, indeed. It does take bales. Those were grass. Grass gets converted into silage. Grass and I think it was just grass. Doesn't say anything about hay. Just grass. So grass gets converted to silage. Straw gets converted to manure. Potatoes get converted into sugar beet cut. Or if you do sugar beet cut, then of course those items go in there. Right. So now, what products? Digestate, electric charge, and methane. Let's just go ahead and turn all these things on. I have it set it to storing, but there isn't. We're just going to see what happens, because there's no way to remove the electric charge or methane, at least using this mod, because there's no trailers or anything. So, unless you have a trailer, a tank usually that holds electric charge or methane, then I would just set it to sell, but you might need to digest it. Anyways, we're going to test it because I haven't run any of them yet. We do have a tank over here that I did. So there's two pipe areas. This looks like an input, the way that looks. And this looks like an output. And there's a collision there. Oh yes, talking about collisions. Some of these don't have collisions, which is actually kind of funny. Was this one? I think this one doesn't have a collision either. Yeah, this one has no collision. These buildings have collisions. This one does. This one does. I don't think this one does. Yeah. So, couple of, yeah, maybe some of these might need a bit of an update on the collision. Yeah, no collision here. But anyways, we're going to run it and test it, and then we're going to show, yeah, where to get the products out. All right, so we've run everything for a month, and just looking in here, that one I didn't turn on. That was our test one, remember? So we got methane, electric charge, digestate in all of them. This one produced a whole bunch of methane. So, recipes will vary, but 24 cycles per month looks like the standard. It's the recipes that change. I would suggest setting it to selling, because I don't, unless you have, like I said, unless you have a trailer that holds methane, and you can go ahead and load and sell it. Same with the electric charge. Another thing I have discovered, this is a base game slurry tank. It will hold slurry and digestate. Some of these triggers work. This one here, whoops, it's there. The triggers are, you see it popped up for a second there? There we go. Oh, back it up. Seems very touchy. Digestate. This trigger over here, I could not get this trigger to recognize this trailer. This trigger over here, this is the trigger right there. That's very generous trigger. And well, there it is. So there it is, 12,940 liters. So what's that for? I believe it's for this one. I've got them close together. 59,000 liters. So it's not that one, it's the 12,000. That's the little guy. So it's actually taking it from this, which I thought was the output for the digestate. I think things are mixed up here. It's not recognizing this one here. I think the output triggers are kind of messed up. If we go over to the second largest one here, this one I couldn't get any trigger to pop up on this one either to unload the digestate, which is kind of the point of having a BGA. You get the digestate and get to use it as fertilizer. Now you can just, like I said, you can just go ahead and sell it, set it to sell, which I think you have to do anyways, because there's no way to get rid of the electric charge or the methane. So a little bit of a, see, there we go. We got this one, digestate. So there it is, loading up the digestate. So yeah. Yeah, neat. Could use a little work, in my opinion. Could there be a mod conflict? That's quite possible. I mean, different things. But yeah, I don't think so. Also, we've just had a game update yesterday. This wouldn't have been conformed or configured to the newest game version, so there could be an issue or conflict with the newest game version too. I've seen that before, where a mod releases and it was like submitted months ago or way before an update, and so that could be true. So I'm not gonna be too hard on this one. Things change, seems like they change on a daily basis on Farm Sim 25, but there you have it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.